Have you ever felt like something was wrong in a relationship, especially when it came to being close? You might know exactly what I mean if you've ever dealt with a narcissist. In this movie, we'll look at 10 disturbing sexual behaviors that narcissists do all the time. When it comes to sexuality, narcissists don't follow the rules. They do things in a very different way, and it's not a good way. Now that you know what these 10 bad habits are, and why they're so bad for you, you can protect yourself and spot the warning signs in your own interactions. Believe me until the end, you won't want to miss these ideas. Number 1. What narcissists really want. Narcissists often hide what they're really interested in, and will go to great lengths to keep up a front that fits with social rules. They might look normal on the outside, but what they really want can be very different from what other people expect. Most of the time, these secret desires are much stranger, or even upsetting, and people keep them close to their chest. A lot of the time, narcissists are very good at hiding these parts of their personality, and you might not even notice them until much later. It can be anything from having sexual tastes that are kept hidden, like a hidden orientation or a desire for group sexual activities, to acting in even more troubling and wrong ways. To give the impression that they are pure and innocent, they might start by saying they are chaste, and have been single for years, or talking about how holy they are. Most of the time, these claims are just ways to keep up a socially accepted appearance. Behind this front, they may be doing things that are very different from the picture they put forward, but they are very careful to keep up the public perception of them as a good person. One important way for narcissists to keep control and power over their relationships is to be able to change and control how they look while doing things behind closed doors that go against what they say they will do. Number 2. The need for more than one sources of proof. One thing that makes someone a narcissist is that they need to be validated all the time. They need more than just compliments or praise. They need steady attention and admiration from many people to keep their inflated sense of self-worth. Narcissists like to have more than one source of validation at the same time, so they don't have to count on just one. For their need for validation, they often look for easy and quick ways to get it. If they are looking for something that makes people notice and admire them right away, they are always looking for it. Whether it's having sexual encounters without planning to, or going to places where prostitutes work. Many narcissists are living 2 different lives, even if they act like normal, family-oriented people. They often do these things behind closed doors, so those closest to them don't know about them. This helps them keep up appearances while meeting their constant need for stimulation and approval. They are always looking for new things to do, and will do anything that gets them the most praise, admiration, or sexual satisfaction right away, no matter what the moral or ethical consequences are. Their need for approval is always there, and they'll do anything to be the center of attention all the time. Third, a desire for outside-the-box sex. When it comes to narcissists, normal sexual closeness is rarely enough. They are always looking for strange and new ways to get what they want, because they need new things and different things to do. They get bored quickly with normal types of intimacy, even if they feel good physically. Narcissists often feel forced to push the limits of their sexual experiences. They may do BDSM, or try out extreme, or taboo sexual expressions. This need for new experiences can lead narcissists to do disturbing and illegal things, like rape, where they look for weak people to abuse for their own pleasure. Not all narcissists will do bad things like this, but their lack of humanity and need to control and dominate others can make them do things that hurt others or take advantage of them. They often care more about how someone looks than how they make them feel, and they see other people as things to use for their own pleasure. Because they don't care about boundaries or other people's well-being, they can excuse doing things that most people would consider deeply wrong or unethical. Being careful and aware of who you let into your life is important, especially when you or someone else who is weak could be in danger. For they don't like being bored or following the rules. Narcissists can't handle being bored. For them, the ongoing search for new things is what drives them. For them to lose interest, it doesn't matter how attractive you are, how close you are, or how many of their wants you meet. Never happy with what they have. Narcissists are always on the lookout for something new and exciting to keep them from getting bored. Because they are always looking for new things to do. They are hard to please, because they are never truly happy with what they have in front of them. They will quickly move on to the next adventure or thrill when they get tired of a relationship, a partner, or even a way of life. They need to be entertained and excited all the time. They need something new to keep them from getting bored. Because they are always unhappy, they often put the blame on their ex-partners. Some people may say that their past relationships were dull, or that their partners wouldn't try new things. Even if this isn't true, people who are narcissists quickly devalue those around them when they can't get the attention or energy they want from them. They often manipulate others by blaming others for their unhappiness, instead of admitting that they can't find happiness themselves. Fifth, sex doesn't make you feel emotionally close. Narcissists rarely use sex to get close or connect emotionally. For them, it's more of a way to satisfy their own needs than a way to feel close to a partner. As soon as their physical needs are met, they don't seem to want to be close emotionally. After having sex, they might pull away right away, physically separating themselves and not touching or comforting you. These people don't want to connect, hug, or bond after having sex because the act is only about meeting their own needs, and not about making an emotional connection. This lack of interest in emotional closeness isn't just limited to physical acts. It's a sign of how emotionally distant they are from each other in their relationships in general. Narcissists see their partners as things they can use to get what they want, not as equals who deserve love, care, and emotional bond. This emotional distance goes beyond their sexual connections and affects how they see everyone else as well. Because they put their own wants and needs ahead of everything else, they often have trouble making deep emotional connections with other people. If they reach their self-gratification goal, they often dump their partner without caring about their feelings or mental needs. Narcissists don't see intimacy as a shared experience. They see it as a way to get what they want, without caring about the emotional bond that should come with it. Number 6. Narcissists and the pornography they do for fun. One of the most hidden and often missed signs of a narcissist is an unhealthy obsession with pornography. A lot of narcissists have a deep, often secretive connection with pornography, and use it in ways that can be upsetting and surprise others. A lot of the time, this obsession leads to more odd types of porn, ones that you might not think they'd be interested in, or that are considered taboo. Narcissists are known to hide their likes and dislikes, and only act on them when you're not around, like when you're at work or doing something else. At first, it can be hard to spot these hidden habits, but after some time, you may start to notice red flags, especially if you find inappropriate or suspicious content on their devices or in their browsing logs. When narcissists need to satisfy their sexual needs without showing the darker parts of their personality, pornography gives them a way to do so without anyone knowing. People often see it as a safe place to go to satisfy their needs without anyone knowing about their secret activities. In addition to watching porn, narcissists may also talk on adult websites or groups, which helps hide what they're doing from people who think their lives are normal. They act in secret because they want to keep up a well-groomed public image, even though they act in ways that are very different from what they show the world. They keep these activities very secret because they want to be in charge and don't want other people to find out about the parts of themselves they'd rather hide. 7th, narcissists are crazy about how clean things are. Another strange thing about narcissists that most people don't notice is how much they care about cleaning and personal hygiene. It might look like they're just taking care of themselves, but it's really a sign of their greater problems. Narcissists often go to great lengths to make sure they are spotless and clean. They may even wash their dishes several times a day as a routine. People who act this way often feel like they need to cleanse themselves after doing something they think is morally or socially wrong. When they do secretive or illegal things like pornography, manipulation, or cheating, They feel like they have to wash themselves over and over again, as if they are trying to get rid of the shame or guilt that comes with those actions. This makes them seem like they think that by cleaning up their bodies, they can get rid of the dirt they feel inside from their secret activities. Not only do they care a lot about cleaning, but they also often criticize their partner's hygiene, even if their partner is clean. Narcissists may blame others for how dirty or guilty they feel, like when they think their partner is dirty, or not caring about their grooming, when this isn't true. This behavior shows how troubled they are inside, as they try to balance the public version of themselves with the darker, more private parts of themselves. This is also a way for them to avoid thinking about how flawed they are by focusing on the flaws they see in others. 8th, oral sex and narcissists' need for praise. As for sexual tastes, narcissists have very clear wants that are often connected to their need to be accepted and praised. Narcissists often want oral sex as a sexual choice. When they do this to themselves, though, it's rarely because they really want to make their partner happy. Instead, they see it as a way to get compliments and praise, which feeds their perpetually hungry ego. For narcissists, oral sex is more about getting approval than about having fun with the other person. It makes them feel good to hear that you think they are the best lover you've ever had, or that their performance is perfect. For them, it's not about getting close or connecting. It's about making them feel good about themselves and making sure their ego is always being stroked. Narcissists often don't want to have oral sex with themselves because they need to be praised all the time. This is especially true if they have more than one partner. They think the act calls for a level of connection they are not willing to give because it might hurt the carefully crafted image of themselves that they work so hard to keep up. By keeping sexual acts like this between them, they can control how close they get and make sure they stay in a powerful position where they are admired and looked up to. 9. Narcissists and the fact that they don't have any limits. Narcissists often don't care about personal limits at all, especially when it comes to sexual behavior. They often have a skewed view of what is right and wrong, and they strongly believe that their wants should always be respected more than rules or social norms. There are a lot of narcissists who don't feel bad or hesitant about crossing lines that most people would think are wrong, like having close relationships or acting badly with family members or step relations. For them, the most important thing is to find happiness, no matter what the cost. Because they don't have a moral sense, they act without thinking, based only on their own wants and needs. They have no idea what is right or wrong when it comes to sleeping with a cousin, sibling, or step-parent. Narcissists don't care about the emotional and mental harm their actions may cause others, because they see people as things they can use to satisfy their own wants. Their readiness to break rules, even ones that are normally seen as inappropriate or illegal, shows how selfish they are and how they can't think about how their actions might affect other people. For narcissists, the only thing that counts is getting what they want right now. They will do anything to get what they want, even if it hurts other people. 10th, how lonely it is to be with a narcissist. The deep loneliness that comes with being with a narcissist is one of the most heartbreaking and painful things about the relationship over time. At first, a narcissist may give you lots of attention, love, and sexual interest, which can make you think you've found someone who really cares about you. But this attention doesn't last long, because the narcissist's lust is short-lived, and their desire for you goes away once their needs are met. Then there is a slow loss of closeness and mental connection, leaving you feeling alone and cut off. The closeness and love you once shared may turn into a cold, transactional partnership, making the relationship feel more like living with a roommate. The narcissist might not end the relationship completely, but they will stop giving you the connection that made you fall in love with them in the first place. This can be especially painful because the narcissist's lack of emotional connection can make you feel very alone, even if they are physically present. It makes you feel even more alone when you know that the narcissist is probably looking for love and attention somewhere else. They often live secret lives and look for new people to admire or love them. Because narcissists need to be validated all the time, they often look for attention from other people, which can make you feel emotionally abandoned. This can happen through cheating, online relationships, or even emotional affairs. A narcissist can make you feel lonely in this way, which is one of the hardest things about being with them, because they can't give you the bond you need. We've seen that narcissists often live two different lives, carefully hiding their real wants and needs in order to keep control and power over their relationships. Their actions, like hiding sexual tastes or an unquenchable need for approval, show that they are deeply insecure and desperately want to be admired. Even though they may seem normal on the outside, the hidden things they do often go against what they say. People who are close to them can feel very lonely because of the emotional distance and lack of understanding that characterizes their relationships. To get through these toxic relationships, you need to understand these hidden parts of a narcissist's nature. If you learned something from this movie, please like it, subscribe, and share it with people who could use the information. With your help, we can keep giving the community useful information. Don't forget to leave a comment below. Tell us about your experiences or thoughts on narcissistic behavior, and make the talk go on. We can make our community better and smarter if we work together. We'll see you in the next show. Have you ever felt like something was wrong in a relationship, especially when it came to being close? You might know exactly what I mean if you've ever dealt with a narcissist. In this movie, we'll look at 10 disturbing sexual behaviors that